Hey, HK 45 here. As you can see, if you can read, we're going to compare the Sig 320 with the HK VP9. Happen to own both of them, and going to shoot them and give you my impressions of how they shoot one, side by side, and weight, feel, some things like that, because I know there are a couple of firearms that many of you are considering. So let's shoot the VP9 since it's closest to me, and just take a couple of shots. Nice. That one will do. Now let's try the P320. What shall we shoot? Whatever we can see. Okay, let's start out bigger. Okay, need more of a 6 o'clock hold, I'd forgotten. That's a good shooter too, even though I was struggling there a little at the beginning. So they're both, they're similar in a lot of ways in that they are striker fired from companies that are not as known for striker fired pistols. Even though HK's made some of the earliest striker fired, Sig has them, but these are what I would say duty pistols. Striker fired, mainline firearms, some of their best they have to offer, and they're in a striker fired version. So that's a little different. And please, I will link to both videos we have on these firearms in the description. Check out the description because we've done pretty thorough videos on both of these firearms, had them at different times, and now we have them at the same time. Magical, huh? And so I thought I'd do a little comparison, give you my impressions and preferences and that sort of thing. And my finger already hurts. I decided I wasn't going to put the Band-Aid on because I do get a pinch from the VP9, a little bit from the Sig. All right, keep my magazines straight here would be wise, wouldn't it? Okay, not going to shoot 1,000 rounds or anything, just going to look at the differences and the similarities. Similarities, they're both good shooters. Boy, it's hard for me to look at our own videos sometimes, but you probably understand that if you do videos, just to go load one up and watch it for 15 minutes or 25 minutes or whatever. But I did on both of these firearms last night because I wanted to remind myself what I know about them, or at least what I knew about them and how they shot, at least on that particular day. And gosh, I was impressed all over, I have to say. I'm just a genius, right? No, it really was. I was watching, I thought, wow, with both of them. I didn't remember shooting them as best I remember in the videos. I probably did some missing that probably I blocked out of my mind what the smoke is from, but we were burning some trash there. But I was surprised to see how well both guns shot in those videos across the hill and close by. So it really doesn't matter what I do today. It's kind of cold and my finger's cold. My finger's already hurting, so I've got some alibis there. But both of them are great shooters. And what I was getting at, sitting there watching those, I thought, man, I probably need to be carrying one of those guns. I mean, really, if they weren't so big. I mean, they're kind of a full-size duty gun, the way I look at it, a service pistol in a way. Whereas I like the compact. I like a compact, okay. It doesn't have to be the subcompact. Compact's fine. So they're a little bit larger than what I normally carry, but I thought, whoa, I need to be packing one of those things, or both of them, because they're just great shooters. And I was reminded watching the videos of what really good triggers both pistols have. So in terms of similarities, that's a good step-off point right there. They both have good triggers. They're not only both striker-fired triggers, like a lot of us prefer, but they're good striker-fired triggers. The reset, they're fairly crisp, and that's one of those factors that's pretty important, your trigger, right? So no doubt about it. Sights are fine. You got your kind of your 3-dot sight configuration on both of them. You notice that the VP9 on the left, the sights are brighter. They're not night sights, but they're luminous, if they're out in the light, and they capture a little bit of light. So they really do jump out at you. Pretty nice. Whereas you got night sights here on the Sig, and of course they're very nice when it's dark, and you can see them in the daylight. But they kind of follow along with my criticism of most night sights. They're great when it's dark, but they're maybe not as obvious and easy to spot when it's lighting like this. But they do okay. So 3-dot sights, kind of a similar configuration on that. The HK holds 15 rounds, okay, in the magazine. The Sig holds 17, as I recall. Yep, 17 rounds. And it's a little bit bigger gun is part of the reason. But as we showed in some of the other videos, it is kind of a perplexing. It's something to do with magazine restrictions and capacity restrictions, I think. I don't know, is why they hold 15 instead of 17 in the HK. I made the remark that it's like Glock 19 holds that many, and it's bigger than that. But that's the way it goes. I've got a 21 or a Glock 17 there for comparison too. Let's just put them together here. We did this with the I guess it was the HK video, just to show they're about all the same height. Okay, the firearms are, and they're roughly the same length. The HK is a little bit longer. Trying to get them lined up there. So, excuse me, the Sig is a little bit longer. It's the one in the middle, the Sig P320, a little bit longer. All right, it's a little bit bigger gun. All right, so that demonstrated. In terms of weight, it weighs a little more. It weighs a couple more ounces than the HK. Okay, so it's a couple ounces heavier than the VP9. The VP9 is just 1 ounce heavier than the Glock 17. Okay, just for your reference. All right, so size, weight, and all that I think is a factor. Let's shoot them a little bit more before my hands get too cold. I think I'll shoot the Sig first. Where's that magazine that says Sig Sauer on the bottom? There we go. All right. Got my ears on. Take a couple of shots of this baby. See if let's put a couple on that paper target, comparison target. So what did I decide? Let me shoot a plate first. I think I need to hold kind of 6 o'clock with this. Well, now I can't. Let me shoot that bottom black one, and then let me shoot that black target right there, right in the middle. I'm gonna hold right in the middle, that plate. Yeah. Okay, that's right. 6 o'clock, it shoots a little bit higher in point of aim. So I'm going to hold on the bottom of the black on that paper. Okay, I'm just kind of throwing them. Try these plates. Yeah, got to get the welder over here one of these days soon. Knocked a few of those off, haven't we? Too much shooting. And let's try one on the gong over there. Boom, put the last one on him. Yeah, that's a nice shooter. That one doesn't pinch my finger as much as the VP9. And let's try this. Okay, VP9 magazine. All right. Well, let's put a couple on the paper. This one I believe is more right on. Let me hold right on the middle of that target. Yeah, okay. So I'll hold right on the red dot, that area. Oh man. I don't know, I think I see some bad hits there. That's okay. Well, those sights jump out at you, that's for sure. I don't feel like I'm shooting as well today as I did last time I had these out, but that's okay. Let me try that one again while I've got warmed up. Yeah, I've got another magazine. Okay. I think it'll even fit in this holster. Yeah, it'll fit in that holster. There's a holster that comes with the Sig, but I didn't want to put it on because this gun won't fit in it at all. Try Mr. Gong. Feels good. Yeah, they all run out though, don't they? That gun, it really does feel good. It does pinch my finger a little, but it's a good feeling gun. I modified the grip some. I don't remember what I had on it when I did the first video. I think I had just the one that came on it, and I changed it out to the mid-size in both the side grips and the back grip. And I believe that's the configuration I like the best. I prefer that. Okay, feels pretty good. And what else about them? Okay, they both retail. MSRP is around 700, you know, right there at 700. And as best I can see, you can probably get them for around 650. It just depends on where you buy. Okay, yeah, some shops are MSRP and others, you know, are reduced. So anywhere between 600 and 700, most likely. So there's not a lot of difference in price. Okay, again, this one's based on what the Sig 250 more or less. You know, with the, remember the chassis you can take out, and then you don't have a gun, and you can actually use it in another with another stock and all that if one's available. And then I did notice, I was in a gun shop today, I'm in Clarksville in fact, that the compact version of this is out. This is a big gun, and the compact is there in this particular firearm. So and I felt it, I handled it, and it felt good. Because one thing about this Sig, has a great trigger, and it feels great. It really does. I pointed that out before, I think, in the other video. It feels really good. Now, it does feel a little, you know, it's the heaviest of these three. It's a little like muzzle heavy almost. It doesn't bother you too much, but it's just a big gun. If you don't want a big gun, you don't want this particular pistol. The compact, which is not a miniature or anything, it's not a subcompact, it would be the ideal version of this in my eyes. Okay, we might get a hold of one of those sometime. It would definitely be a winner. Now you could, if you could get the compact grip and slide and barrel, I mean, you should be able to take the chassis out, pop it out, and use it in that. But now by the time, even if they sell those yet, I don't know if they do, separately, where you could actually buy the compact grip and the compact slide and barrel and all that, you'd probably pay close as much as you would for another gun, is my guess. Don't know, but you know, that's an option with the, it has that capability at least, you know, where the chassis there, and you can see the serial number, the chassis in there pops out, and that is the firearm. Okay, so speaking of size again, let's do a little comparison there. We're clear on both of them. Thickness wise, all the way down to the frame, we are actually a tad thicker on the VP9 until you get back to the control there, and that's a big knob there, of course. And then one of the biggest issues, I was trying to put this in my holster here, and I knew it was a little bit thinner gun, but it won't go down in as far, and it's not because of the thickness, it's because of the well, the height, or however you say, this thickness here. You can see what I'm talking about from top to bottom of the slide and frame there. Okay, the difference, see, you just got a lot of material there you don't have on this particular firearm. Okay, so it's pretty big. It's a little bit longer, and you got just a bigger nose on this thing. All right, but it's a really nice shooter, and I think I have a few more rounds already in the mag. Yeah, Sig Sauer. Okay, let me see if I can shoot this thing a little better, because boy, I was impressed. I was impressed watching myself. That couldn't have been me. It must have been John. It's just a nice shooter. Oh, it feels so good. That's why. It feels really good. Come on now, fall over. Okay, ran him dry, couldn't hit it. Just a good shooter though, no doubt about that. And we have some more ammo for this one. I don't notice a big difference on the trigger reset either. They're both really, really nice triggers. Let's see if I can pick off without hitting, well, it doesn't matter if I hit the steel, but let's try to hit just where the juice is on that baby. There we go. Must have ricocheted off the, you know. Yeah, interesting. Uh-oh. He was leaking. Oh, a pot. Cool. Bong, Mr. Gong. Nice. I'm not even going to shoot a lot, try and knock everything down. I don't feel as accurate today for some reason. I think it's the cold. My finger's cold and it hurts a little bit. But these are both. Well, let's just load a couple more, and I'll load a few in one for each, and think of anything else I want to, lies I want to tell you about these two firearms. I tell you what, it'd be a tough choice. All the time since we've done the reviews of both of these, I've been telling people when they ask me online or otherwise that I prefer the VP9, not by a large margin, but that would be my choice between these two. In fact, this would be a choice. I think I said in the video, if somebody stole all my Glocks, took them away from me and said I could never shoot a Glock again, it would be a viable choice. It would be one of them, and there aren't many. Get the grip right, and especially when this one comes out in a compact size. Okay, when this comes out in a compact size, it's going to give Glock a run for its money, I think. In terms of the carry Glocks, already should be giving a Glock 17 a run for its money. So we load this mag, and oh, by the way, we definitely appreciate Federal furnishing this ammunition, and especially again on these guns. Top Gun Supply furnished that one, and then our major sponsor, Bud's Gun Shop, furnished this one, and we appreciate them. Check the links on all the companies that make all this possible, and just nice guns, nice pistols. We're really fortunate to be able to test these firearms, and one advantage of both these guns were gifts is we still have them. If it's a gun like this that we really like, and we know that's going to be pretty popular, and people are going to be wanting to know more and more about it through the months, through the years, we're going to try to hang on to them, okay, as long as we can. So anyway, a couple of really nice firearms, and it's good to see. I make no bones about it. I'm a Glock guy in a lot of ways. I'm pretty much, as far as a carry and everything else. And so I am actually pleased. I am very, I don't know about excited, but I am pleased to see some other firearms come along from major, highly respected manufacturers, HK, Sig, that are striker fired and have a good striker fired trigger, are fun to shoot, and shoot well, and a firearm that it competes with Glock, and it's there, and it's got to be competing in a big way. So, and of course we have others, M&P, they have their striker fired firearms. They feel really good, fit like a glove, and they compete really well. So there's a lot of competition now for the Glock, and that's all a good thing. Okay, so let's load them up one more time here, and let's just spray and pray. How's that? Guess I ought to put a loaded mag instead of that empty one. Now this one should have a little less recoil impulse because it's a little heavier, and I'm really not going to worry about going through it and pointing out everything I did already in the other video. Again, the comparison is the main thing today here as we wrap up. And obviously you have the style of mag release that some of you don't like, and get used to that on the H&K. That's one of the big differences there. Okay, but both really nice guns. I would advise. Now I always assume they're going to come out with a compact in this one. I would advise, if you think you like this gun or you're really interested in it, check out that compact model, because that would be the one that really I'm attracted by. Okay, it's a nice gun. All right, VP9. Boy, chilly. Yeah, can't quit on a miss. Good shooter. You can't go wrong with that firearm, no doubt about it. Let's see about this one. Could you go wrong with this one? I'll see if I can get it in my holster. Yeah, I can get it in there. You can't go wrong with that one. I tell you, it feels really good. And will you forgive me? You can't go wrong with this one either. since we're slinging lead, I just couldn't resist pulling out my carry gun. Glock 19, by the way. No, these are fine guns. Either one of them, you know, you can't go wrong with either one. It just depends on the size. You might have a preference for one company over the other. For me right now, I don't know, the Sig H&K, you know, they're both high quality outfits. It would just come down to the size as much as anything. Triggers, both excellent. Sights, I guess I like the sights a little better on the HK, although you get night sights with this one, but they're not too bright in the daylight. And the Sig feels, they both feel good. This one fits like a glove, and the HK fits almost like a glove, feels just fine, really does. And you got your modifiable grip and everything there. So two really good guns and two really good choices. I would recommend highly that you try to shoot both of them, at least handle both of them as much as possible before you make a decision. If you're pondering, you know, making a decision based on these two firearms. Really, really nice. Life is good.